Hello, Marissa.
Hi.
Um, so my name is Dominique. I will be your counselor for today. Um, I want to start by telling you thank you for, having the courage to come in to see me. And I know it might be pretty hard, especially if, many persons don't know exactly what to expect in counseling. Um, so I would help to address any questions that you may have. First, I would like to start by asking you a few questions on your background, and the most obvious ones would be your age, um, your ethnicity, and how you identify yourself, your sexual orientation. You have marital status, simple things in that nature.
Okay. Well, I am 19. I identify as female. What else was there?
Your ethnicity,
I'm Mexican.
and if you don't mind, if you could tell me your sexual orientation.
Straight.
Okay. Okay. So, well, you came in, and I would like to ask you just exactly you what compel you to come today and see me.
Well, mostly my doctor referred me to you. I'm indecisive on whether or not this is going to work for me or not. I'm not big about talking about how I feel, so
Oh,
I guess we'll see.
that's definitely understandable. Like, there's a lot of concerns for anyone, even in any setting, to speak to a total stranger. But if anything you feel like you want to go slow, you don't. I don't want you to think that you have to rush into telling so much. So, but I just want to tell you that so far I noticed that you're kind of breathing a little deeply, and I would like to ask you about that.
But I guess I have a lot of anxiety.
Oh,
Um, I told my doctor that I've been having what I feel like are panic attacks. Um, and he said that he thinks that coming and talking to you is gonna help stop them because I want him to stop.
okay. So can share a little bit more about these panic attacks? Can you tell me, like, when does it happen?
Whenever it feels like it. Um, I don't really know what causes them or what triggers them.
Hmm.
Um, Sometimes I'm just sitting on the couch watching a movie and I feel like I can't concentrate. I feel like I can't breathe. My heart's racing really fast. Um, a lot of times I feel like, for whatever reason, I feel like I have to leave. Like I don't know where I'm going or how I'm gonna get there. I just feel like I have to get out of wherever I am. Um, Sometimes my hands get kind of tingly, numb. Um, and I feel like I can't control myself. I can't control, um, what I'm thinking. I can't control my emotions. I get really emotional. Sometimes I cry, and I'm like, I don't even know why I'm crying. I just cry. Um, and like I said, nothing. There's nothing that that I have noticed that sets them off. They just kind of happen.
Mm. So, how long has this been occurring?
It's been about 3 or 4 months now.
Yeah, 4 months. If you could think back, can you tell me what happened before those 3 or 4 months that perhaps set it off?
Um, I mean, the biggest thing I can think of is I just started college.
Mm.
Um, and I've always had a little bit of nervousness and anxiety while I was in high school, before all of this. Um, but never to this extent. Um, so I mean, that could be part of it. It could be all of it. It's only my first semester, so I don't know why I would feel like I'm so stressed out about it already. And I feel like if this is how I'm going to be, and I'm not even through my first semester, how am I going to make it the next 4 years? I have no idea.
Wow. So you mentioned that you've been anxious since high school. Is it being in school or the stress of school that you're referring to?
Probably more just the stress. I don't mind
Mhm.
going and being there and seeing my friends and stuff. I think it's more of just you know the exams and the tests and the papers, and there's in college it's not as much because I'm not taking 8 classes at a time,
Mhm.
but the extent of it and what they expect of me I feel like is a lot
Oh,
more than what I'm used to.
wow. So, so you never experienced a panic attack before until you got to college? Like you didn't?
Mm.
Okay. So how long would these attacks last?
um well, they feel like forever. Um, but in reality, probably 15-20 minutes.
So, what or if anything that you do in order to subside it?
All like I said, when I get them, I usually feel like I have to leave wherever I am. Um, so whatever I'm doing, or if I'm at home or if I'm at a store or something, I just feel like I have to leave. So I do. Um, I just kind of go outside. I don't necessarily go anywhere in particular. I just kind of walk around outside and kind of try to, I don't know, take deep breaths, try to not think about what's going on. I try to think about something else. And sometimes it works faster than others. Sometimes I don't even know if it's helping at all, if my panic attack is just over. Um, but that's pretty much the extent of it.
Okay. So when you're having these attacks and you said that you feel like you have to leave,
Hmm.
and how are you feeling? Like what's the like physical feeling when you're feeling having to leave? What are you sensing?
Um, I don't know if I would classify it as like a fear. Um, I just kind of feel like wherever I am, just in that moment, I just feel like I can't be there anymore. I mean, once my panic attack is over, I can go back to whatever I was doing. Um, but when it happens, I feel like I just have to leave. I don't know if it's really like a fear of being where I am. Um, and maybe I just feel like if I leave wherever I am, that maybe it'll stop. I don't really know. I feel like my adrenaline's really high. I feel like my heart races a lot, and I don't know, I just feel like I have to leave and get out of whatever situation I'm in.
So when you're sensing having to leave, are you doing anything in particular or beforehand? Like,
I mean, nothing that I've noticed. Like I said, I don't notice a pattern of when they happen or why they happen. Um, there could be some trigger that makes them come, and I don't even know what it is. But nothing that I've noticed that is common. That's happening every time they happen.
so what are the thoughts that occur when you say, I have to leave, I have to leave? So what are the thoughts that happen during that time? Like,
Um, I mean, it's really hard for me to focus during my attacks when they happen. Um, a lot of the time, the only thing I really think about is just getting out of wherever I am, whether I'm at home or I'm at the grocery store. Sometimes I'm in class and I pass it off as, I have to go to the bathroom, and I just kind of leave, and I go outside, I leave the building, and I walk around for a minute or two until I feel like I can go back. But most of it's just, I can't really think about anything else. I just think about leaving. And like I said, I don't know why. That's like the one thought that consumes my mind is leave. And I really don't think it's because I'm afraid of where I am. I just, I don't know. I feel like I have to leave.
so when you do leave, what happens after that? Like,
Um, I usually just go outside. Um, I've always been told with, my past anxiety and nervousness that, if you go outside and you just kind of focus on something else and, take some deep breaths, that, it'll kind of calm you down and kind of ground you, when you're outside and you can feel like the fresh air. So that's what I do. And maybe my feeling of leaving is because I've been told that, I should be going outside, that, when I panic, I think, oh, I should go outside. Um, but, I just, and I really just want to know why they're happening now, and what I can do to prevent them from happening.
So, do the panic attacks occur in the midst of you leaving, or while you're, like, for example, in class?
Usually before. So like if I'm sitting in class, I'll, start to get kind of restless. I shake my legs a lot and, move my fingers or click my pen. Um, my heart starts to beat really fast, and then it's really only a matter of time before I feel like I have to leave. And then when I feel like I have to leave, I leave. And then whenever I feel like I'm okay to go back to whatever I was doing, then I go back, and then I'm fine. So I don't know. I don't know.
Is there any activities that you do on your own that you tried to not have those panic attacks?
There are a couple of things I do just to kind of relax. College is stressful and school is stressful, and I work part-time, so that can be stressful too. Um, I try to read. Um, Sometimes I'm just too fidgety and too restless, and I feel like I have to move more. So reading isn't always the best option for me. Even though I like it, I can't sit still long enough or really focus on my book long enough to get anywhere. I try to watch movies, but it's kind of the same thing as reading. I can't really sit still too long. I can't concentrate on it for too long. I try to go to the gym on campus to kind of ease the restlessness. I'll just walk on the treadmill for a while until I feel tired, and sometimes it helps. Sometimes I don't feel any different.
Okay. Have you ever taken medication or seen a therapist before me? That was no.
No,
Okay.
no, this is not my first time in therapy, and I mean, besides basic over-the-counter ibuprofen, I don't take any medications.
Okay. So, also, is there any family history with attacks or anxieties or anything?
Yeah. My mom has anxiety. Um, she's had panic attacks in the past. Um, None more recently that I can think of. My dad also has anxiety and depression, but he's also a retired veteran. So I don't know if any of it. I'm sure a lot of it has to do with his time in the service, um, but yeah, there's definitely a history there.
And do you know if they seek help for their panic attack?
I know my mom. She takes a medication. Um, when she's feeling like she's gonna have a panic attack, she takes one, and it helps her. Um, my dad kind of takes like a daily medication as more of a preventative, instead of so it's like two different things. Like my dad takes one every day to prevent them, and my mom takes one not to prevent them, but just to stop them, when they happen.
And they receive counseling as well?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Well, we're close to our time for the end of our meeting. Before that, I noticed how tense you've been, like during our conversation. I just want to take a time to ask you how you're feeling exactly now.
I mean, I feel okay. I was really nervous coming in here. I didn't know, what to expect. I thought, I was gonna come in here and you were gonna be like, "This is what's wrong with you," and then, fix me. Um, but I mean, I think, I mean, talking about it a little seemed to help. Um, I mean, I'm always kind of tense and closed off, but I feel like that's really because I don't know a panic attack is going to happen. So I feel like I'm always kind of on guard of, thinking and worrying about, when it's going to happen, and, if it's going to happen during something important. And I think that's a lot of my anxiety, where it comes from, is just worrying about when I'm going to have anxiety. It's like a vicious circle that I feel like I'm stuck in.
So I would like to try exercise with you before we end the session, because I notice your shoulders very closed off in your arms. So I would like you to close your eyes, and we'll do head rotations.
Okay.
Okay. And stretching our arms. Bringing them down. Relaxing our muscles. Shake your hand and turn it down. Take a deep breath. Okay. So, how do you feel now?
A little better. I feel like I'm not as tensed up. I still notice, I still cross my arms. I think it's kind of where I feel comfortable. But yeah, and I don't feel like my shoulders are as tense, and the stretching actually felt pretty good.
So, and our next session, we could try to start that in the beginning of the session, if that works for you, and also at the end. Okay.
Okay.
So thank you for coming to see me, Marissa, and I hope to see you around the same time, same day next week.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so go ahead. This was fun.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay. I thought you did really good. I think you did good at picking up on my body language. I tried to kind of cross my arms in the camera so you could see how closed off I was being. But I mean, you picked up on it really good. I think you did good at. You got a lot of information without really having to ask a lot of questions. I liked that you started off with the basic questions, like my age and my sexual orientation and my gender and all that. It felt like kind of like an icebreaker, I guess. So that was good. You did really good at maintaining eye contact. I know it's hard through a camera, but I mean, you didn't steer away too much. I think you did good at paying attention to what I was saying. I felt like you were really listening to what I was saying, and you were trying to dig for more information, and I was kind of not giving you enough on purpose. But you did. I mean, you did good at
I felt like I was digging.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my God."
I don't know. That was kind of the point. I was trying to be, more closed off and trying to not give you anything. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think you did really good. I think, like I said, the reflection of, my body language could obviously tell that I was tense and stressed out. I think more maybe reflection of you did a lot of reflection of meaning, but you did it in like the digging, kind of asking
Yeah.
more questions, like what do you mean by this, and the feeling too, when you feel this, what are your
Mhm.
physical symptoms? So it was there. It was just in a more roundabout way, but it was there. It was just through the questions you were asking instead of making statements. Um, but yeah, overall, I feel like you did good.
Mm.
I don't know how I would have handled me. I thought I was a mess. So
Oh
you did.
my gosh. I'm telling you, when I saw you like this, I felt tense on my own shoulders.
Mm,
Okay.
you handled it good. You did good.
All right. Thank you.
Hmm.
I'll have the pause.